After a decade of mayhem, after 5 Transformer movies, I've finally got some good news, real students. What? That Transformers The Last Night is a good film? Hell no. Michael Bay has said that he thinks that Transformers 5 will be his last Transformers film. Wait, record scratch. What? He thinks? He's going to do more films if he thinks there's a good story. Wait a minute, you're telling me the last Transformers films were the good stories? Wait, he cares about stories? Wait, he can read? Listen, it might sound like I'm mocking Bay's intelligence, because I am, but maybe he's some sort of savant. How else can you explain the man making the same film over and over again? And I'm not just talking about Transformers. Every single one of his films. The same inane chatter, the same random explosions, the same spinning camera. But the reason he's a savant? Because he makes a ton of money doing this stuff. If you couldn't tell already, I have so many issues with this film, but one little random, inexplicable happenstance is when Bumblebee in a flashback is shown fighting Nazis in World War II. Wait, why? I mean, like, I know it's possible because we never see B land on the planet. He didn't come down with the other Transformers in the first film, but why? I mean, doesn't that just bring up needless questions? You'll notice a reoccurring thematic word throughout this review, and that is simply why. Why does Michael Bay choose to create new characters? Why doesn't he use the old classic Decepticons that we would love to see, especially considering he has a Bible-sized lexicon of stories to choose from? Why does he make these new characters unforgivable monstrosities? Onslaught, Dreadbot, Mohawk, and Nitro Zeus? Why? Why did Michael Bay introduce these characters in that oh-so-clever freeze frame with the name plastered at the bottom format? That wasn't necessary. In fact, these characters weren't even necessary. Sounds like other successful summer blockbusters. Hey, that movie won an Oscar. Back the f*** off. Why did Michael Bay make Unicron one of the biggest antagonists in the history of Transformers, the planet Earth? Yeah, that's right. We live on Unicron. So does that mean he's a good guy because he kind of helps us out? Does that mean that the character of Quintessa, the supposed creator of the Transformers, is she a bad guy because she's fighting Earth, or is she a good guy because she's fighting Unicron? And I know what some of you are probably going to say, that Michael Bay wasn't the writer of any of these films, but these films combined have grossed over $1 billion. So trust me when I say he has his influence. He has some pull in these films, and the writers really didn't have a choice. Speaking of choices that would make a man question his morality, Anthony Hopkins is in this film. I'm sorry, Sir Anthony Hopkins, before this knighthood is revoked. It is a role so tragic in scope, so tragically a waste of his amazing talents that I almost can't make a joke about it. But I will. Some of you are probably screaming at the screen, it's just a paycheck, real school, get over it. But no, trust me, that's not even a good enough excuse. The only way I can even fathom Sir Anthony being in this film is some fictional wager I've created in my mind that in 1999, on the set of Mission Impossible 2, that he and Tom Cruise, in their all too brief interaction, made a bet. Who could make the worst film of the summer of 2017? There are even scenes in Transformers 5 where the Academy Award-winning Sir Anthony Hopkins is shouting profanities and screaming incoherently out the window as he and his robot butler, I kid you not, are in a high-speed chase through the streets of London. Are you for real? I truly hope at the least Sir Anthony learned something from this paycheck, because Michael Bay surely didn't. Do you remember those characters that he created, those Autobots that were like poorly written Wayans Brothers characters? No, they're not back. But others are! Those aforementioned monstrosities that he likes to call Decepticons are once again just a pile of stereotypes. They talk about beating your ass in prison. They're all sassy all the time, and one of them is even wearing a thick gold chain. Remember how in previous Transformer reviews I talked about how Michael Bay introduces his female characters ass first? No, he didn't do that again. No, he gave Dr. Vivian Wembley one sequence before he introduced her ass first. Listen, you can give a Megan Fox lookalike an English accent and 2 fictional doctorates, but if you're going to reduce her to a sexual object, you might as well have just cast Megan Fox. We're also blessed with Marky Marks. Come on! return as Cade Yeager, our supposed hero, a spray-tanned torso who can memorize lines, but at least he's a male torso, so equal opportunity demeaning. By the way, if you want me to take the character seriously, you should probably stop saying his name. I can't wait for the new heroes of Transformers, Slunk, Castor, and Cash Boulder. That's a big thing about Michael Bay films. All of his characters are just one-dimensional insults to the human condition. Not only that, but they're dicks. They insult one another in that grating, overlapping, ad-lib, sassy dialogue. Where are our heroes? Where's Optimus? You guessed it, he's a bit of a dick. And no, it's not because of that twist you've seen where he turns evil. It's because they made the worst version of Optimus. He's just annoying. All he ever does is talk about what's happening on screen. We know what's happening, Optimus. We're watching a giant IMAX screen. We can see it. We must fight the Decepticons. We must go into battle. I will kill you. I am Optimus Prime. I am Nemesis Prime. They should have just called you Exposition Prime. Does anybody know where the narration button is on a Transformer? Is it on the back of the neck? No. Can you turn it off? Forget the term Bayhem. I am coining the term basic because that's basically what this guy is. Hashtag that stuff. Seriously. Enough is enough. Transformers 5 is easily the worst film I have seen this year. I guess Sir Anthony Hopkins won the bet. The characters are no better than mannequins, or they're at the very least insulting human beings. The climax is even that same generic climax you have seen in Michael Bay films before. A giant nondescript structure floating in the sky, shifting gravity, while our heroes have to traverse it to get to the villain. Same basic action. Same basic stereotypical characters, same basic ass shot, same basic burn it. Don't forget about my Spider-Man Homecoming giveaway. All you have to do to enter is subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and of course, retweet one of my videos with the hashtag #RealSchoolHomecoming. Poll question, what do you think is Michael Bay's most basic movie moment? As always, leave your answers in the comments section below. But until next time, school's out. Hey Real students, thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe to Real School, click that round Real School logo right beside me. Also click that damn notification bell so you're aware of all of Real School's new content. You can follow me on Twitter, and of course, if you get anything out of Real School, you can always give a little back. Just click the link in the description below or the button down there, and you can become part of my Patreon team.